The land of Egypt was filled with wealth, power, and glory. But in the shadows of the pyramids, another story was unfolding. The children of Israel, descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, were slaves. They had once been honored as the family of Joseph, but a new Pharaoh rose, one who did not remember Joseph. Day after day, they carried stones, their backs bent under cruel whips. Their cries of pain rose to the heavens. Mothers wept for their sons, for Pharaoh had commanded, "Every Hebrew boy that is born must be thrown into the Nile." But in the silence of suffering, God had not forgotten his people. He saw their pain. He heard their cries. And in the heart of Egypt, a child was born who would change everything. His name was Moses. Moses' mother hid him for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she placed him in a basket coated with tar and pitch and set him among the reeds of the Nile. Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe, and she saw the basket. She opened it, and the baby cried. Moved with compassion, she said, "This must be one of the Hebrew children." She named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." Moses grew up in Pharaoh's palace with the finest education of Egypt, but his heart was troubled. One day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Anger filled him, and he struck down the Egyptian. Fearing discovery, Moses fled to the desert of Midian. For 40 years, Moses lived as a shepherd. He thought his story was over, but God was preparing him. One day, as he led his flock near Mount Horeb, he saw a bush burning with fire, yet it was not consumed. Moses approached, and a voice called out, "Moses, Moses!" "Here I am," Moses replied. "Do not come closer," God said. "Take off your sandals, for the place where you stand is holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have heard the cries of my people in Egypt. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out." Moses trembled. "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh?" And God answered, "I will be with you." Moses returned to Egypt with his brother Aaron. They entered Pharaoh's court, the halls lined with gold, the throne towering above them. Moses spoke, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go, so that they may worship me." Pharaoh laughed. "Who is the Lord, that I should obey him? I do not know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go." So began the battle between the pride of Pharaoh and the power of God. The plagues. The Nile River turned to blood. Fish died, the water stank, and Egypt thirsted. Frogs swarmed into palaces and bedrooms, even into Pharaoh's bed. Gnats filled the air, biting man and beast. Flies swarmed, covering the land. Livestock died in the fields. Painful boils broke out on the Egyptians. Thunder and hail rained down, striking every crop and tree. Locusts came, covering the land like a dark cloud, devouring everything green. Darkness fell over Egypt for 3 days, so thick that people could not see each other. With each plague, Pharaoh's heart grew harder. He would beg Moses to pray, then change his mind. Finally, God spoke. "One more plague I will bring. After that, Pharaoh will let you go." God commanded his people, "On the 10th day of this month, take a lamb without defect. Slaughter it, and put its blood on the door frames of your houses. Eat the meat roasted with bitter herbs and unleavened bread. On that night, I will pass through Egypt and strike down every firstborn. But when I see the blood, I will pass over you." That night, as Israel waited in silence, the angel of death moved through Egypt. A cry arose in the land, loud and bitter. From Pharaoh's palace to the poorest home, every Egyptian house had death. Pharaoh summoned Moses in the night. "Up! Leave my people. Go worship the Lord as you have asked. Take your flocks and herds and go, and bless me too." The Israelites marched out quickly with unleavened bread on their shoulders, carrying the wealth of Egypt. After 430 years in slavery, they were finally free. But Pharaoh's heart turned again. He pursued them with 600 chariots, his soldiers thundering across the desert. The Israelites camped by the Red Sea. Ahead was water. Behind them, the dust of Pharaoh's army. The people panicked. "Moses, why did you bring us here to die?" Moses lifted his voice. "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only be still." God's presence moved between Israel and Egypt, a pillar of cloud bringing darkness to one side and light to the other. Then God spoke. "Raise your staff, stretch out your hand over the sea and divide the water." Moses stretched out his hand. The wind howled. The sea roared. Slowly, the waters rose like towering walls, left and right, and the seabed turned dry. Israel crossed, thousands upon thousands, children in their mothers' arms, old men leaning on staffs, walking through the valley of the sea. Pharaoh's army followed. Chariots thundered into the path. But at dawn, God looked down and threw them into confusion. Wheels jammed. Horses stumbled. Soldiers cried, "Let us flee from Israel! The Lord is fighting for them." Then God commanded, "Stretch out your hand again." Moses obeyed. The waters crashed back with a mighty roar. Pharaoh's chariots, horses, and soldiers were swallowed by the sea. Not one survived. On the other side, Israel lifted their voices in song. Moses and the people sang, "The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. The Lord is a warrior. The Lord is his name." The story of the Exodus is not only history, it is a message for us today. God hears the cries of his people. No enemy is stronger than his hand. When the way is blocked, he can part the sea. Your Red Sea may be fear, sin, debt, sickness, or sorrow, but the God who delivered Israel is still the God who delivers today. Lord, you are the God who delivers. As you freed Israel from Egypt, free me from every chain in my life. When fear surrounds me, remind me that you fight for me. When the way seems blocked, make a path for me. Just as you parted the sea, part the obstacles in my life. Subscribe to @Eternal Truths of Life for more Bible truth.